Hey everyone, welcome back to the Movie Couple channel. I'm Wendy and here's my review for BTS ARMY, Forever We Are Young. This documentary is directed by Grace Lee and Patty Ng. It celebrates the rise of global K-pop supergroup BTS, told entirely through the eyes of their devoted fan base known as ARMY. Well, if you've been following this channel for a while, you will know that I am a huge K-pop fan. Other than yapping about movies and TVs, I talk a lot about K-pop. So naturally, this documentary, I felt like I just had to watch it. What I really loved about this documentary, BTS ARMY Forever We Are Young, is that it is created by ARMY themselves. The filmmakers are huge BTS fans, also known as ARMY. And while it's definitely made for ARMY, it is also made for everybody who is even just a little bit curious about the K-pop world or BTS. So again, this documentary isn't about how BTS got their rise in the music world and how they became a global supergroup. That is a part of the documentary, but it's really about the formation of the fandom that is BTS fans, aka ARMY. I love that it featured interviews with ARMY, and it is all global. It's not just, here in the US, like the domestic fans or like only Korea fans. It is global, and it really shows through this documentary that the fandom is everywhere. They interviewed so many people from different walks of life, different ages, different demographics with different careers. I like that this film further breaks the preconceived notion that BTS ARMY consists of teenage fans. Most ARMY I know are full-grown women and men with like full-on adult careers. So I love that this film really highlights that. And it really examines how the fandom started and how BTS and their music and their message finds each fan at the right time in their life. Like every single one of these interviews were so heartfelt, whether you were there from the beginning or you kind of became a fan later on, like after 2020, post-pandemic. It was just really heartfelt to see the way everybody in the film talked about how they found BTS, what their music, usually it's a specific song, what it meant to them. And then of course you go down the rabbit hole, right? It's just like, oh, there's 7 members, I just want to learn their name. It starts with that, and then suddenly you're scrolling on social media, your entire algorithm on social is just BTS. I think if you're someone who is curious about K-pop, this is a really great film to watch, because it doesn't really attack you with too much information. It's really just fans expressing their love for this group and their music. And it also sort of teaches you, if you're not familiar with some of the terminologies that comes with K-pop, for example, like who is your bias in BTS and certain things like that, this documentary highlights that. So yeah, I really enjoy seeing how this film dives into the conception of ARMY, BTS in their early days, some of the struggles that they overcame, and how ARMY also helped them by continuously supporting them, and of course an insight into the K-pop world. And even further with BTS and the fandom and how it essentially became a phenomenon, it really attracted people to say, hey, what is this group about? Or what is K-pop? What is this genre of music about? And how many groups are there? And what is like the K-pop kind of, I don't want to call it a factory, but like how each individual entertainment agency, how they work, how a comeback would work. I love that they really explain that, how the fans themselves explain that through the film. I also love that they talked about how the phenomenon of BTS and ARMY really attracted people to learn more about not just K-pop and the genre of music, but the Korean culture, the language, the food, the clothes. But they also did talk about how some people, started to romanticize Korea a little bit as well. So they talked about kind of like the pros and cons of this phenomenon that was built because of BTS and ARMY. And yeah, as a K-pop fan, there were definitely moments that, it was like 4 different times that I got choked up watching this documentary, because of the fans were just so open with their feelings about why they love BTS and what their music means to them, or how the music or the group found them at the right time in their life. And that was just so, it was so sweet to listen to. And it kind of felt, you know, like I have certain feelings about that with the groups that I follow and a big fan of as well. So it really resonated with me. Like, you do not have to be BTS. That's probably one of the best things about this documentary, is that you don't have to be BTS ARMY or even a K-pop fan to understand where these people are coming from. So whether or not you're a BTS fan, well, I mean, if you're a BTS fan, you're definitely going to go and see this in theaters. But if you're not, but you're curious about K-pop or why it's such a big popular thing, why it became such a phenomenon, this documentary will give the insight to that. So I will go ahead and give this movie a check it out. And with that said, if you are a BTS ARMY, let me know who your bias in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.